Hey everybody, it's Lori. I just am here because I wanted to do a quick flip through of a little traveler's notebook insert that I just finished up. This is for a swap that I am participating in over at Papercrafts Galore. And for this particular swap, the theme was our partner's choice. And my partner is Tia. And she chose like a historical crime, kind of true crime, detective kind of theme. And so what I did actually is I did kind of a mixture of true and fictional crime. So like I put some true stuff in there, and I also threw in some Sherlock Holmes and a little bit of Agatha Christie and that type of thing. So I'm not going to ramble too much here. I'm just going to go ahead and start flipping. This particular one is supposed to be the standard size insert. So it's about 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. And the requirements were just to put a variety of things in there and to have 20 pages, which would be 10 sheets of paper folded in half. And now, whether or not we had a closure on ours, it was our partner's choice. And Tia decided she would like to have a closure because she didn't think she was going to actually use it as an insert, but more as just like a journal. So for the closure, I just put a couple of strands of seam binding that I hand dyed with some aged mahogany Tim Holtz distress stain. And then I've got a printout here that I found online, just says historical crime detective, and it's got a couple of pictures of some historical crimes, murderers basically. And then this little tag here that I picked up a bag of at a craft fair that I went to. And then underneath the seam binding here is just a little cutout tag from the Steampunk Sherlock kit from Dreamzetc. And I'll put her link in the description box below to this particular kit. And all right, here we go. So I just used a variety of papers. There's some double-sided Prima papers in there, some different colors of parchment paper, some more of the printouts from the Dreamzetc kit. And here on the inside cover, I've done a little bit of stitching. And for a tuck spot, I am using a Rolodex card that I stained up and then just put a little bit of vintage trim on there and with some more stitching. And then a couple of tags. This is actually a fabric tag that I had in my stash. And then this is something I just printed off online. And I backed most of the cards with some tea-stained paper just to give them a little sturdiness. And then this is another envelope from that DigiKit. And I'm holding the flap closed with a little Tim Holtz paper clip here. And I don't have anything inside, but I did stain it up really good with some vintage photo on the inside. And this is what the other side looks like. And then I'm just tucking it under here under a little banner that I made with a scrap piece of paper. And on that, I just put some cheesecloth and some red, kind of like an eyelash trim. Did a little bit of stamping in there too. And then here's just a junk mail envelope that I spritzed with some different colors of glimmer mists and some more ribbon or lace here on the flap. And then I just have a little journal card here that I printed off online. And some of these pages I actually did myself because I was really kind of struggling with the theme that she picked here, so I just did some vintagey looking pages, and I did some collaging of different articles, and like this says wanted by the FBI when they were after Ted Bundy. And then like a little page from a Sherlock Holmes book, an illustration. Same with the back side, just kind of a collage of historical articles. And then on this craft paper here, I dyed some white lace, and I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen, that it was going to bleed onto the paper. But that's okay. I guess I don't really mind it. It created kind of a neat effect. Just makes it look more like a junk journal, right? And this page here is a page I had in a planner that I wasn't using. And here's just a little tuck spot from that Dreams, Etc. kit, and then a couple more journal cards that I printed off online. Some ledger paper. This is just a time card that I stained up and just created like a little flip with it, with some washi tape that I stitched on there. Here's like a receipt. I'm using it for a journal spot. Here's another receipt here, just for a little flip journaling spot. Here's the other half of that part from the planner. Actually, it was two separate pages because it was a small planner, so I just washi taped them together and then sewed them into the signature. And here's the other piece of lace that I stained up with some red. It's distress stain, but it kind of bled through the paper and onto here. And the other part of that envelope is actually a window envelope, so there is a little journal card inside there that I just printed from online. I thought this was pretty cool. 1890. This was a female private detective. I bet you didn't see that very often. Unfortunately, the plastic in the window envelope, I ended up having to cut out because after I had sprayed this, I was going to hit it with the heat tool to dry it, and it crinkled up the plastic. It like melted it. So I ended up having to cut it out because the envelope wasn't laying flat. And a little tuck spot with some scrap paper here, some washi tape, and then a couple of tags. And here's just a little button here that I have with a garment pin at the top. And then another little tuck spot in the back that is a stained up index card, and I just created it to open up like that and stitched around the page. And then a couple little journal tags in the back. And then that's it. That is the little insert for Tia. So thank you guys very much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you later.